much love, Willie. Get the bag, bro. That's what's up. Kenya Key is in the building. What's that? Is that Kentucky? I have no idea. Somebody please correct me. Say I caught it live this morning. Say, hey, Sugar, all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. Say, hey there. How you doing? The Chi-Town is in the building. Say, what up, Willie? The 614. Say, I'm in the building. Say, love you preaching. I appreciate that right there. Good afternoon, news anchor. Willie, that's what's up. The 252 Philly ambassador is here for the announcement. Say London, UK is in the building. Shout out to London out here in these streets. The 757, hey, what's happening? Say, hey, Sugar, the 912, Savannah, Georgia is in the building. Say, soon as I click on your video, thumb up, getting smacked. That's what's up. Listen, as you come on in, please hit the thumbs up. I need your help. I need your help. This is the midday show, the midday news, as we say around here in the street. I am Willie Williams, in case you don't know who I am. Remember, subscribe to everything that I do. Watch everything that I do. Tell somebody about everything that I do. Oakland is in the building. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Subscribe to the website. If you'd like to support the machine through the website, you can click on the Give link. You can get something for you and your kids. North Carolina's in the building. If you'd like to see what we call the event videos, please go to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. Links is in the description. If you would like to support a player, we got the Cash App, $, Willie Williams Show. That's the Cash App. We got a PayPal link down in the description. If you just so happen to need to use Super Chat, which we do got the Super Chat, please don't do over $5 because I don't know if I'm getting that right there. St. Louis, a 314, say we here, that's what's up. Say Pennsylvania, the 412 is here for the instructions, that's what's up. Birmingham is in the house. Say I'm going to join the group when payday hit. I appreciate that right there. Say I'm in this thing. Say thanks for the midday. I got to keep giving it to y'all because I noticed that y'all like it, and I appreciate that right there. The 813 Tampa, Florida is in the church. Pastor, bring it. I'm finna, like we say round here, we finna go ahead on and get into it. And listen, if you like to get it together, be a man. If you like to become a member, hit the join button. I appreciate that right there. Say, damn it, we live. Say, I'm at a New Jersey I'm at the New Jersey check-in. All right. That's what's up. Say, I made it in Columbus, Ohio. Say, hey, at the, hey, bam. Say, hey, Willie Sugar, working hard for your cat, Dad. I appreciate that right there. The 415 is in the building, y'all. Listen, we got to go on and get into it. Say, Pastor Willie and Wings, say, the lunch special of the day. I appreciate that right there. The Bronx, New York is in this bitch. Say, what's poppin', Pastor? Say, let's get these 30 minutes of fire, and that's what we finna do. Let's go ahead on and jump on into this news early, real quick. Make sure I got the volume down. They fighting at the schoolhouse. They fighting in the schools. What is going on in society to where the children is fighting in the schoolhouse? Say Phoenix is in the building. What's happening? KC is up in here. The 913 and the 816 is in the building. Y'all, here we go.
Flying inside a Kenosha middle school cafeteria.
Tonight?
Kenosha, the home of, who is that? Breonna Taylor? Go ahead.
The focus is not on the students, but an adult who stepped in to break it up. Ted Perry joins us now in the newsroom with the video that's gone viral on social media.
Thanks, guys. The lunchtime fight at Lincoln Middle School was broken up by an off-duty Kenosha police officer. Let's take you back to Friday because that's when this happened. You can see two students start fighting and then the KUSD staff intervenes, and that's when the off-duty officer appears to have put his knee on the back of one of the students' necks. The school district releasing a statement to Fox 6 tonight says this part-time KUSD employee who was hired as an off-duty Kenosha police officer is currently on paid leave from the district. And Kenosha Police also putting out a statement that reads in part, KPD, together with KUSD, is investigating the incident in its entirety while being cautious not to make conclusions based off a small piece of information shared on social media. One staff member was injured during the chaos, and again, both the Kenosha Police Department and the Kenosha Unified School District are investigating. In the newsroom, Ted Perry.
In the newsroom, that's what's up. Shout out to Rashiki for the $15 cash out. Say, ticket, please. Say, gotta pay to play. That's what's up. I appreciate that right there. Say, yes. Say, hey, sugar. Littleton, North Carolina's in this bit midday 5. Say, been waiting so long. I appreciate y'all for being around here. The 228 is in for the midday service. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They mad at law enforcement.
Kenosha
Why is they mad at law
Middle
enforcement?
School cafeteria.
Tonight, the focus is not on the students.
Sometimes we gotta ask, what did the kids do? Well, we already know that they was in there fighting and the officer came in to break it up, but pay attention.
But an adult who stepped in to break it up. Ted Perry joins us now in the newsroom with the video that's gone viral on social media.
Thanks, guys. The lunchtime fight at Lincoln Middle School was broken up.
Why is y'all fighting at lunchtime? Why y'all fighting about that grocery? Did somebody try to bully somebody else? Did somebody try to take your cornbread or something? Is that what transpired? The 205 says 205, or the 205 is in attendance. I appreciate you.
By an off-duty Kenosha police officer. Let's take you back to Friday because that's when this happened. You can see
watch it.
Two students start fighting and then the KUSD staff intervenes, and that's when the off-duty officer.
Do you see what had done happened? That officer could have been in the concussion out here in these streets. Look.
That's when this happened. You can see two students start fighting and then the KU.
Right there. The officer had been hurt. The officer fell back, hit his head on the lunchroom tables. And in case y'all don't remember what the lunchroom tables felt like, they hurt when you hit them, especially with your head. He could have been in, a coma, a mild to a high, what's that thing? Unconsciousness or something. Damn it, when you lose conscious, trying to separate the children.
USD staff intervenes, and that's when the off-duty officer appears to have put his knee on the back of one of the students.
I don't think he meant to do it. Listen. They call a steel frame. That's a steel frame. We don't know how long he had the knee on the neck. You know what I'm saying? And by looking, I think that's a female.
Neck. The school district releasing a statement to Fox 6 tonight says this part-time KUSD employee who was hired as an off-duty Kenosha police officer is currently on paid leave from the district. And Kenosha Police also putting out a statement that reads in part, KPD, together with KUSD, is investigating the incident in its entirety while being cautious not to make conclusions based off a small piece of information shared on social media.
That's what I was trying to say. Concussion. Big word. I hear knee out there scream. Shout out to Davi for the $15 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Listen. They trying to take the player out. He just tried to separate the event. One
staff member was injured during the chaos. And again, both the Kenosha Police Department and the Kenosha Unified School District are investigating.
It all depends on how long he was kneeling on the child's neck. Come on. These children are unruly out here in these streets. We gonna act like they ain't, well, Willie, but they should know better about putting the knee on people. Say the knee on the neck, I smell a lawsuit. You might be right there. Listen, this is the perfect time to get that paper, parent. Whoever the parent is, it's the perfect time for you to go on and get that paper with the knee on the neck, because we saw you can use that your child was in fear for their life. They thought that they was getting George Floyd. That could be your whole argument and you can win. I'm just saying. So officers, listen. I know you got a job to do. I understand that right now. Whew. I say let them thump. Let them finish their event, and then you go over there and you talk to them. You let them get it out of their system. Because he slipped while trying to break them up. He hit his head. So whoa. Maybe he could argue after he hit his head, he was not in his right mind. There you Go officer. I'm trying to save your job too. You know what I'm saying? But moving right along, I ain't even much gonna hold you because we had something else out here. I think we got to stay in the schools. We got to stay in the schools for a little hot minute. Let me go ahead on and get that right there. What in the world was this one? All right. Okay. Middle school. Oh, yeah. Shout out to you people at these schoolhouses for not accepting what the kids is trying to give y'all out here in these streets, which is a hard time. Let me go ahead on and put this here up on the screen because y'all cannot keep coming down on the employees at the schools by them trying to maintain order. Whew.
Caught on camera, a middle school security guard restraining a student, pinning him down with his knee, and then putting his hands around his neck. The teen's family is outraged tonight, but a co-worker of that security guard is coming to his defense.
Make sure y'all pay attention to this one.
Local 10's Roy Ramos is live with what he's learned.
Get the thumbs up, y'all.
Nicole, when I spoke with this man, he says the actions of that security guard are completely out of character. Meanwhile, it is the family of that student that says that security guard went too far.
The family, security guard went too far. The people say it is out of the norm for him to behave this way. Go ahead.
I feel traumatized.
This 14-year-old student who has
His knee is on the front of his neck. But go ahead.
us not to use his name, frightened to go back to Horace Mann Middle School after cell phone video shows the student on the floor with a school security guard first pinning him down with his knee before he's later seen wrapping his hands around his neck.
As he got back down, he moved his knee up towards
You know you got on two different stocks, though. But go ahead.
my neck, and he sat on my neck for like 5 to 6 seconds.
The student said it all started when he refused to take off his hoodie, which isn't permitted to be worn in class.
He refused to take his hoodie off. All he had to do was follow instructions. That's all he had to do. But hold on.
When he refused is when he said the guard became aggressive. Actions the teen's aunt said were uncalled for and could have seriously injured her nephew.
My fear is him choking my nephew out, knowing he has a real bad asthma problem, and me having to sit there and explain to my sister that her son is no longer with us.
Roy Ramos, Local 10 News. I went to the home of the guard to hear his side of the story, and while no one was home, his neighbor, who is also a security guard at Horace Mann, said there must be more to the story.
Something else had to happen, for him to do that. He's not an aggressive person, and I mean, he's good with kids.
And at last check, that security guard is not facing any charges. We also got a chance to reach out to the district. They have since removed that security guard from the school, pending the outcome of the investigation. For now, in El Portal, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
Pending the outcome, I just realized that I didn't have the video that I'm supposed to have. Hold on, because there's something else that was supposed to have been said. You got to give me a second. Hold on, because I got to find that. What was that? Horace Mann Middle School. Horace. I guess that's how you supposed to pronounce it. Horace Mann Middle School, because y'all have to hear what the auntie said. Y'all have to hear what the auntie said. I think I had got the short one. All right, hold on.
Camera disturbing video showing a school.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me grab this, put this on up here so y'all can see this right here, because we got to get to the part. We got to get to where auntie spoke, because they cut it there. I'm so sorry I had the short video. Let me, can we slide through? Yeah, man. All right. Right about here. Here we go.
He refused to take off his hoodie, something his aunt and legal guardian says he should have done when he was asked to do so.
Whoa! Thank you. I appreciate her. Hold on. Let me back that up just a smidget. And why is he living with auntie and not with mama? But go ahead.
He refused to take off his hoodie, something his aunt and legal guardian says he should have done when he was asked to do so.
I know these kids, I know my nephews, they have attitude problems. They can get very, very rude.
But Sabrina Height points to the adults.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I appreciate her being honest about what it is. Appreciate her honesty.
Aunt and legal guardian says he should have done when he was asked to do so.
I know these kids, I know my nephews, they have attitude problems. They can get very, very rude.
But Sabrina Height points to the adults' actions seen in this video.
When you see that, what goes through your mind?
It literally brought tears to my eyes because it's like, why?
What's your biggest fear looking at that video?
My fear is him choking my nephew out knowing he has a real bad asthma problem and me having to sit there and explain to my sister that her son is no longer with us.
We spoke to the teen's mother on the phone.
Do you feel safe with your child going back to school?
No, I don't want my child to go back to their school.
A school board spokesman tells Local 10 News.
Mama don't want the child to go back to the school. I kind of don't understand why they even spoke to the mama, because the auntie is the legal guardian. So actually the auntie is the mama. Say, hey, Willie, the 801, Salt Lake City, Utah, is back in this mother for 30 minutes of 5. Here's watch 23, your 9. That's what's up. I appreciate that right there. Say, I am a Patreon fan, not sugar. I appreciate that right there. Listen, the mama shouldn't have had nothing. They shouldn't have heard nothing from the mama. But like we just said about the last one, this can be a lawsuit too. The knee was on the neck. Hey. To the family. You can use it as well. Hell, he felt like he was finna get George Floyd. Right? Because people will have a problem with the first video about the knee on the neck. So that means we should have a problem with this one with the knee on the neck. I'm just saying, let's just be fair.
The behavior portrayed in this video is difficult to watch and runs contrary to the comportment that is expected of all Miami-Dade County Public School employees. This individual has been removed from the school pending the outcome of the investigation.
I hope they have him on paid leave also. We want to play this little piece one more game, because she said something.
The teen says the altercation started after he refused to take off his hoodie, something his aunt and legal guardian says he should have done when he was asked to do so.
I know these kids, I know my nephews, they have attitude problems. They can get very, very rude.
I know these kids, they have attitude problems. They can get very, very rude. So, and I'm pretty sure as a loving auntie, you have spoken to them and told them, y'all better get your attitudes together because grown folk ain't gonna play with y'all. When you get out of school, grown folk ain't gonna play with you. That little attitude shit and all that can get you banged up out here in these streets. I'm pretty sure as a good auntie, she's told them that.
Nephews, they have attitude problems. They can get very, very rude.
But Sabrina Height points to the adults' actions seen in this video.
When you see that, what goes through your mind?
It literally brought tears to my eyes because it's like, why?
What's your biggest?
But just think about it though, baby. With these attitude problems out in 2022, that can get you shot. That can really get you shot, baby. So please have that conversation with your nephews. Don't. Do not do what you just had done did. Don't. Don't do it no more. Comply. And it seems to me, and I hope not, but it kind of seems to me that if he ever was to run cross law enforcement, he might not comply. And that's a problem. We got to move you right along. What the hell I got planned here? Yeah. Let me go ahead on and fix this here. Hold up, because I don't remember the title of this one right here. Y'all gonna love this one right here. Shout out to all the good parents. Shout out to Bobby for the $3 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Shout out to Sarah for the $10 cash app. I appreciate y'all for this midday show. Y'all, let's get the lights up over 250. We need over 250. Again, shout out to all us good parents, because sometimes you got to chastise your children a little different, you know? Shout out to the great state of Florida. My state, stand your ground state, bust up, go home state. Please don't run up. We in fit for our life state. Here you go. I don't think that this is in Florida, but I'm just saying because we do believe in corporal punishment in the great state of Florida. I done forgot where this right here at, but watch it. Listen.
In other news tonight in South Jersey, 3 women are facing charges for a disturbing crime. Police say they used an electric shock collar on a 13-year-old girl in their home. Action reporter Trish Hartman is live outside of the Stratford Police Department tonight with the full story. Trish.
Rick, this story is just heartbreaking. Authorities say a 13-year-old girl was abused and neglected and accused the suspects of forcing her to wear a shock collar meant for a dog around her neck. Karen Valek says it was Tuesday afternoon when she heard her doorbell ring repeatedly.
I open the door and she hands me this dog collar and I go, "Is your dog loose?" She said, "No, they shocked me," and she put up her neck. And I saw the 2 marks from the dog collar.
Karen says she brought her inside her home in the 100 block of Harvard Avenue in Stratford. She tried to comfort the 13-year-old while her husband called 911.
I was horrified. My husband and I haven't been able to sleep for days on end. You know, what can we do for this poor little girl?
Police say the girl was taken to Jefferson Hospital in Stratford for treatment, and the Division of Child Protection and Permanency removed her from the home. The next day, authorities arrested Kelly, Rebecca, and Rachel Menig and charged them with aggravated assault, child abuse, and neglect, alleging they forced the girl to wear the shock collar and deprived her of necessary amounts of food and clothing. While the 3 women denied the abuse when interviewed by detectives, police say another resident of the Menig home told them the dog collar was forced on the girl as punishment when she was, quote, bad.
Did they say 3 women was arrested?
Karen says she suspected the home was an unpleasant environment, but never imagined this.
You can hear it in the window, through the windows, always yelling and fighting.
And those 3 suspects are still locked up in a Camden County Correctional Facility tonight. Reporting live in Stratford, New Jersey, Trish Hartman, Channel 6, Action News. Shari.
Oh my God, this is so devastating and a tragic event. Say I'm late, but the 318 Shreveport is here. That's what's up. Say, hey, Chocolate Thunder down under. Appreciate you for joining. Say, lighter hue people. That's what's up. Shout out to Yvette for the $5 cash app. Say, sorry, kids need some left. Kids need some left for Disney World. I don't know what you're saying, but thank you anyway. I sure appreciate that right there. Listen.
With the full story. Trish.
Rick, this story is just heartbreaking. Authorities say a 13-year-old girl was abused and neglected and accused the suspects of forcing her to wear a shock collar meant for a dog.
Say, show them heifers' faces. Exactly. Like they put up everybody else's faces for doing something out of line or being a good parent. They should have put their faces up.
Around her neck. Karen Valek says it was Tuesday afternoon when she heard her doorbell ring repeatedly.
I open the door and she hands me this dog collar and I go, "Is your dog loose?" She said, "No, they shocked me," and she put up her neck and I saw the 2 marks from the dog collar.
Think about this right here. They sell these dog collars to shock the dogs, to keep them like in range, in a certain range, to not cross the perimeter. She says she see the marks on her. So you mean to tell me that Peter them ain't got no problem with the dogs being shocked and possibly leaving the marks on on dogs? If it'll leave a mark on a human being, it should leave the mark on the dog. You mean to tell me the animal society, it's okay with this product? I am confused. confused.
Karen says she brought her inside her home in the 100 block of Harvard Avenue in Stratford. She tried to comfort the 13-year-old while her husband called 911.
I was horrified.
Yes.
My husband and I haven't been able to sleep for days on end.
I can believe y'all.
You know, what can we do for this poor little girl?
Police say the girl was taken to Jefferson Hospital in Stratford for treatment, and the Division of Child Protection and Permanency removed her from the home. The next day, authorities arrested Kelly, Rebecca, and Rachel Menig.
Kelly, Rebecca, and Rachel Menig. That means they are sisters. Kelly, Rebecca, and who the other? Rachel, Kelly, Rebecca, and Rachel. Oh.
For treatment, and the Division of Child Protection and Permanency removed her from the home. The next day, authorities arrested Kelly, Rebecca, and Rachel Menig.
Kelly, Rebecca, and Rachel Menig. 3 sisters in the same home. With a collar around a girl's neck. That's what's hey, man, we got to do what we got to do as far as parenting. Maybe she was acting out, because as we say, what did she do? Maybe she was acting out. Maybe she was trying to be something that she wasn't out here in these streets. And maybe they was just correcting what she had done did. All good stories ain't bad stories. Just saying, we got to stop looking at everything just everything so bad out here. It's not always like that. Now, you don't know if they was going through postpartum depression and shit. We have no idea. Hey, maybe she was trying to come on to somebody, man. Ooh. Just saying. I don't know. Just throwing something out there. Say this is regular behavior in the upscale, lighter hue community. Exactly. That's why I like a lot of times I really don't understand why people be shocked at a lot of this news. I'm like, we should be lucky that we are able to witness what's going on out here in these streets to where we can think of our own lives and be like, damn, I just turned my children upside down and shake them and shit. I thought that was bad. I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? I may only lock my child in the closet for like 20 minutes or something like that. I thought I was a bad parent. You know what I'm saying? It make you weigh out good parent, bad parents, and then we realize we all good parents. We treat our children excellent out here in these streets. Moving right along, let's go to this one right here. And then we got to go to the schoolhouse. We got to go to the schoolhouse one more again because I couldn't believe it when I heard it. And I say, y'all out here playing out here and he out there in the street. These out there churn, dealing with these damn teachers. It is a problem. Shout out to Michael for the $50 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Jesus, I appreciate y'all out here in these streets. Listen, we got to get the likes up. We need likes up over 300 now. We need likes up over 300. Y'all work with a player. Come on now. This the midday. Show out in the midday. That's what's up. Say school bullies.
And back here at home, we're alerting the elementary school student accused of attacking a teacher likely will not face charges because he's too young in the eyes of the law. Local 10's Ian Margle is live. He's in Pembroke Pines now with this update. And Ian, this little boy is only, what, 5 years old?
He 5.
5 years old, and that is why
5-year-old done jumped on the teacher ass out here in these streets. Montgomery, Alabama's in the building. A 5-year-old. Shout out to Mr. Curtis for the $8.50 cash app. Say headed to work, had to drop off my offering. I appreciate that right there. Here we go.
He likely will not face charges. The law basically saying he isn't old enough to know right from wrong at this point. And today we also learned this teacher has some pretty serious injuries and actually needs surgery, and it's possible this student has actually hurt this teacher more than once.
Also, he got priors. The 5-year-old got prior. The 5-year-old been jumping on the baby out here. Say that teacher weak. It's a problem. Say that 5-year-old not playing out here. Say a little 5-year-old, Helen
All happened on Wednesday in a class for students with special needs at Pines Lakes Elementary in Pembroke Pines. Apparently, 2 students, a 4- and a 5-year-old, began throwing things around the classroom and flipping chairs. The 5-year-old, who everyone has been talking about at the center of this, was brought to another room to help calm him down, but apparently he lunged at the teacher when she wasn't expecting it. When first responders got there, she had fallen backwards, smacked her head. The 13-year veteran teacher was unresponsive for those first responders. She was rushed to the hospital. We're told she suffered a pretty major concussion along with several other major injuries. And Anna Fusco, the president of the Broward Teachers Union, says this is actually the 3rd time this teacher has had to be taken from the school by fire rescue because of...
This her 3rd time having to be transported, removed, taken away by paramedic. Oh, I can't.
Injuries from this student that she's actually asked.
Wait. Did he say that this 3rd time that she had to be taken away by paramedics because of this student? Did he just say that? Hold on.
This is actually the 3rd time this teacher has had to be taken from the school by fire rescue because of injuries from this student. That she's actually asked the school district for help in the classroom more than once, but has been told the district doesn't have the resources.
Enough with the excuses, and do it for the good of the student, which in turns for the good of the whole class, and is in the good of the employee. That mother has a right to go home to her child without being injured to take care of her child, and not be choked out, a bookshelf thrown on her, and now this concussion and everything else. It's not okay.
What did the teacher do, goddamn? For her to be jumped on three times, having 3 incidents, to where she had to be taken away by fire rescue. What? I can't, man.
So the good news is that teacher is back home, but again, her injury's pretty serious and she still does need that surgery. Again, this 5-year-old likely will not face charges, but again, this is all still under investigation and police say anything could change.
Anything could change out here in these streets. Let me talk to you teachers real quick. If you was being assaulted by your student, you need to stop getting assaulted by your student. Like, it should not happen more than once. Like the first one, because the first one will be an assault. After that, there should never be an assault. That should be like the last time. But the schools say it ain't nothing they can do. We can't do nothing. Hold on. Back it up.
The 13-year veteran teacher was unresponsive for those first...
You done been on the job 13 years, baby, and you don't know how to bob and weave. You want to watch 23-16-9, baby. What was you doing when he was throwing shit at you, baby?
Responders, she was rushed to the hospital. We're told she suffered a pretty major concussion along with several other major injuries. And Anna Fusco, the president of the Broward Teachers Union...
You got to learn how to stay on your feet, too, baby. You falling and shit. You getting concussions out the blue. Is you trying to do early retirement, baby? Is that what you're trying to do, baby?
And says this is actually the 3rd time this teacher has had to be taken from the school by fire rescue.
Hell, nah, that's 3 times. If there is a 4th time that you get transported by them people, you need to be charged. You need to get that bill. That bill should not be placed on the school system. I'm sick of you getting transported multiple damn times behind a student.
Because of injuries from this student, and that she's actually asked the school district for help in the classroom more than once, but has been told the district doesn't have the resources.
Oh, that's what they said. She asked for help inside the school, inside of her classes, more than once. They can't hire nobody right now, baby. They can't hire nobody to be in the classroom with what you teach. I'm finna show y'all what she teach in just a second. Shout out to G Nice for the $2 cash out. Say 3 times is too many. Say she got to be more careful. I'm trying to tell you something. This is a real problem. Baby, I feel sad for you, sugar. Let me show y'all this. Here is another one. But they're going to tell you what type of class that she teach. Right here, hold on.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. A Florida teacher is recovering after being brutally beaten inside the classroom by
I don't know why he say brutally beaten, but go ahead, pimp.
A student. That student only 5 years old. The teacher found damn near catatonic.
Damn near catatonic by a 5-year-old. Baby, you shouldn't even tell nobody that right there, baby. Y'all get the
That
lights up.
student is now at the center of a criminal investigation.
We just heard that the teacher was really hurt.
Accused of attacking a teacher so brutally, she was taken to the hospital. Police say the incident began when 2 students in a special needs classroom began throwing things around and at teachers.
She teaches special needs. Because that was my thought before I heard this interview here. Back on the weekend, when I heard about it, I was like, damn, but he 5 though. Like, oh, and then I found out special needs, so he probably got a little scruff on him. Probably strong at 5 years old. So we got to be careful. Say that 5-year-old walking around in a tank top smoking the Newports 100s in the box. Got to be more careful.
Along with flipping the chairs.
This is not the first time that this has happened at this school.
Who is that talking? Watch this, y'all. Watch it. Obviously, she does not want her face to be shown. Why would the cameraman put the camera on her natural? Why would he do that? Why would he or she do that? Shout out to Mr. Gino for the $5 super chat. Say, this is why being a stepdaddy is dead. Say, all these demon spawn kids are no use to men. Uh-oh.
In this classroom, I feel like there needs to be the proper support. This is a special needs class. However, they're not equipped to deal with things like this.
This mother said.
That's right. And see, you just can't hire anybody to work in a special needs classroom. You can't. You got to have some type of training behind that right there. And, yeah, she can't even have a assistant. Well, hell, the principal need to be in the classroom. The assistant principal, something like that. Get a bit some help. The goddamn 5-year-old jumping on me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sean for the $1 cash out. Say it's the male's fault. Even at 5 years old, you're absolutely correct. Shout out to Z.I. for becoming a member. I appreciate you right there. Thank you.
As her child is in the same classroom, and other students have been.
Why they had to show that baby's stomach too, man? Wait, watch, because it kind of just slipped by us right there.
To deal with things like this.
This mother says her child is in the same classroom, and
say get some dog collars. You might got a point.
Other students have been attacked as well. Even
other students has been attacked as well.
Saying one student went home with a black eye recently.
He done jumped on a student too. Y'all can't get me no help in the classroom. Y'all still got the student enrolled. I would have been the first special needs teacher fired for body slamming in little ass. I'm trying to tell you something out here in these streets. What is you doing? You done gave me a concussion. I'd have had to be transported 300 times. Wait a minute. This is a problem out here in these streets, man.
Continuously get this from one student, two student. It's an issue, and somebody needs to be held accountable.
That's right,
the
baby.
Parents need to be held accountable.
That's right.
The district needs to be held accountable.
That's right.
They dropped the ball. There needs to be somebody held accountable for what happened to that teacher.
When police.
That's right. Now, listen. I think that this could be a lawsuit. Maybe not, because now I'm thinking about, baby, 3 times? 3 times. You might ain't got a chance for a lawsuit. Maybe on the 2nd time, but come on, baby, you just allowing some shit. Or hell, she might be a good woman to be in a relationship with, because she be accepting being chastised out here in these streets.
Arrived at the school last Wednesday
That is
morning.
scared of him. Yep.
They say the teacher was sitting on the ground against the wall on one side of the room, appearing in a faint state.
Baby, you got to get up. You got to get up, even in the faint state, baby, because you got other children in the classroom. You got to get up. Even when you're dizzy, baby, you got to get back up. But go ahead.
Others had to help hold her up, as she was clearly weak and dazed. She then began coughing and dry heaving. The report says the teacher was able to blink and breathe regularly, but at no point was able to vocally respond or show signs of a response.
It's just really sad. It's sad.
What kind of fall did you do, baby, to allegedly hit your head? What did you fall forward? Did you fall backwards? Did you hit your head on a cafeteria table, baby? Here we go.
It is heartbreaking. She is a sweet teacher. When I say, like, I trust this woman with my child. That's a.
Didn't I had done told y'all like a few days ago, don't be trusting nobody with your children. I know. We got to have a level of trust because we send the children to their other parents, which is school. But that I trust. No. We can trust, but we can't trust. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. You know?
Second mom. You know what I'm saying? I trust her with my child.
Second mom. As much as these children getting felt on, rubbed. A lot of these teachers have whole relationships, baby. You talking about you trust. Okay.
Amazing woman. And it's really,
and she probably is a great teacher. But baby, you gotta show some strength inside your school, and inside your classroom, because then other students will see that this one or two students can get away with beating you up, baby. It's not a good look.
It has me so distraught that something like this can happen to her.
Now, that teacher has since been released from the hospital and did suffer a concussion. Police say while the child is still being investigated for possible aggravated assault with hands, fists, and feet, it's unlikely he'll be criminally prosecuted.
Exactly, because he's a special needs student. He's 5 and special needs. So our biggest problem is he is not getting the proper help, and or he does not have the proper care that he needs. Like somebody said earlier, he needs to be homeschooled. Absolutely. The last student had a knee on his neck for not taking off the hoodie. He ain't even jump on nobody. 5-year-old beat shit out you. Jump on the teacher, talk all type of shit. He all right. Listen, all right. No, y'all be like, but Willie, he's justified. He justified, Willie. Shit. All right. Couldn't be pimping. I'm just trying to tell you something. Listen, they would have never had to transport me. They would have never had to transport me. I am my daddy's son. I'm trying to tell you something. It just would have never happened. No. Shout out to Zachary for the $10 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Y'all, we got to go on and move to the main event. And shout out to the teachers who have a real tough job, out here in these streets. I don't know if anything is ever gonna change, because like you really can't defend yourself to a certain extent as a teacher, to a certain extent, and that's why I would not be a teacher that long. I would probably get like 2, maybe 3 checks, you know what I'm saying, and then be like, Mr. Williams, we have to let you go. I'd be like, shit, I'm surprised y'all let me last 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 checks or something like that right there. So the 5-year-old would be a new shoe if it was me. I'm trying to tell you something. You not finna have me in the news. You're not finna have me in the news talking about you done jumped on me. You done brutally attacked me multiple times. Shit ain't going. Not on duty. Not on my watch. Y'all, we got to go ahead on and move to the main event. There has been a situation that has been brewing out here for a few years. A player, Darius Fields, He was found guilty. They say the man caused the shots of a kidnapping. Is found guilty. All of this is over $250,000 worth of reefers, marijuana, that good. Here we go.
The kidnapping and murder of a 13-year-old girl over stolen drugs began in a Dallas County courtroom this morning. Hello, I'm Steve Eager.
Let me back that up in case you didn't hear it.
The trial for the man accused of orchestrating the kidnapping and murder of a 13-year-old girl over stolen drugs began in a Dallas County courtroom this morning. Hello, I'm Steve Eager.
And I'm Heather Hayes. Darius Fields and 3 other suspects were arrested in connection with the 2017 murders of Siobhan Randall and Michael Titus. Fields was previously sentenced to 18 years in federal prison for weapons violations related to the case. He's now charged with organized criminal activity. Fox 4's Lynn Nguyen was inside the courtroom as the
Isn't organized criminal activity, isn't that the RICO law or something like that? Right?
Jury heard from witnesses on this day one of testimony. Lynn Nguyen.
Yeah, Steve and Heather, today the prosecution laid out their timeline and the evidence in their case. Jurors also heard from officers as well as a neighbor and Siobhan Randall's family members who described the panic and fear they felt the day she was abducted.
Let me stop right there. You say whoever deleted my comment is full of it. Listen, nobody has the power to delete nobody from nothing. Oh, except me. I don't delete comments, so I don't know what happened to your comment, but just know no one other than me can delete comments unless it's something I don't know that's going on out here.
Siobhan. 13-year-old little girl.
13-year-old Siobhan kidnapped, murdered.
Adorable little girl in her pajama pants and an elementary school t-shirt. Dallas County prosecutors describing the gruesome scene of Siobhan Randall's kidnapping and murder in 2017.
Siobhan's body is found in this trap house, and right next to her body is what is clearly a bunch of bindings.
Her body was found in the trap house. That's what the prosecutor said. Trap house.
That little girl was kidnapped. She was then bound so that she couldn't run away. And she was bound with whatever they had on hand.
Prosecutors say cell phone data, witnesses, and...
Oh, y'all ain't getting that. Nah. Now one of you is getting that. And I don't know what's wrong with Laquan, or maybe he just wanted to take a different type of Instagram photo. I have no idea. Or did they catch him while he was talking?
Surveillance video put Darius...
Oh, thank you for saying that. YouTube openly disseminates, or did you say discriminate? Disseminate, I think, certain words. So, listen. Be careful with the words that you is using. And, hell, actually, I have some words on the list that you can't use either. So, I don't remember the words, but, yeah, I have that going on, too. Here we go.
Fields and 3 accomplices together, accusing them of planning the kidnapping in retaliation over $250,000 worth of marijuana.
Who done stole them people reefers? They stole them people reefer, and they must didn't give it back.
Stolen from Fields days earlier. Prosecutors also said a man in jail with Fields said Fields admitted he was behind Siobhan's death.
He doesn't get blood on his hands directly. He calls the shots from afar, and all these other people are doing what he wants them to do.
Court officials directed us to not show certain witnesses testifying in this case. Jurors heard from 2 of Siobhan's relatives. One of them described the phone call from a man saying they had the young teen.
Specifically, were there...
No. Not 25,000. $250,000. If I'm not mistaken, that is 250. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me.
Specific threats made as to what would happen to Siobhan?
Yes.
And what was that?
They would kill her.
If what?
If they didn't get their drugs back.
Jurors also heard the frantic 911 call from a relative who first reported Siobhan missing.
My daughter had a strange phone call. They on the phone saying they to the house. My niece is nowhere in the house. Only person that was my daughter. She's nowhere in the house. She's 13 years old.
But Fields' attorneys say this evidence doesn't connect him to the crime, noting that nearly 5 years later, witnesses' memories may not be as reliable, and some of Siobhan's family withheld information from police about the stolen drugs during the crucial hours after she was abducted.
The family held information about their work, about the reefer, during the investigation. The family didn't want to tell the police, yeah, we got that. They gave them a call and said, if we don't get the weed back, we gonna kill her. Somebody decided to keep the reefer because she dead. Do y'all understand that? Y'all understand that? Say I'm going in about 25 in these streets. I'm trying to tell you, $250,000. Yeah, somebody gonna have to pay the piper. Somebody. And a lot of people will say, well, hell, he should have went after the person who stole it. But let me explain something to you. Thinking is you get people that's closest to you, and it's kind of best to get a child. I wouldn't advise it, but it makes sense if you need what you need to get back. You can't go to the police and say, hey, listen, I was doing a deal for over $250. They took my work. I need your help to start an investigation on the people who took my work. That ain't gonna happen out here.
We're not here to defend whether or not that 13-year-old child deserved to be abducted or killed. Nope. That's not what the case is about. What does that have to do with Darius Fields?
What that have to do with Darius Fields? Remind you, he was in jail. And they say he called the shots. So they're trying to find a way to pin it on him from jail.
And testimony in the case is scheduled to resume tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they say. And it's just strange. Listen, all family ain't family. All family ain't family. Let me explain to you why they did not cooperate about the drugs. Because they did not want to go to jail behind the drugs. They didn't want to go to jail behind the drugs. They would rather not go to jail and have harm done to a 13-year-old. But it's your family, though. It's your loved one. We love her. Y'all, we got to get the likes up over 400. Man, y'all work with like button, PayPal link, Cash App, Super Chat. I appreciate y'all. Can we get these numbers up? Y'all, we at 250. This is a shame. Did y'all forget to hit the button when you come in? Please, please, please work with a player because I'm around here working right now. Let's see what Siobhan's mother had to say. Wait. Siobhan's mom gives an emotional testimony after she found out, wait, let me read again. Testimony about searching for her daughter. Okay, here we go. Shot-Time's in the building. What's happening?
Jurors heard emotional testimony from the mother of a 13-year-old girl who was kidnapped and murdered. Prosecutors say Darius Fields ordered Siobhan Randall's kidnapping in retaliation for stolen drugs the young victim had nothing to do with. Fields is on trial charged with organized criminal activity as it was related to the kidnapping and that led to an eventual murder. Fox 4's Lynn-Ann Wynn was in court today and brings us the latest from there. Lynn-Ann.
Steve, Siobhan's mother's testimony today was short but emotional, some family members having to leave the courtroom as she broke down in tears on the witness stand.
I don't know. I didn't know what to do, y'all. I didn't. It was like, get there. We just got to get there.
Shaquana Pursley in tears as she recounted the moment she found out her daughter, 13-year-old Siobhan Randall, was missing. It was the summer of 2017. Pursley says her daughter was at her aunt's house in Lancaster, where she usually stayed during the school year. She says she had 3 missed calls from Siobhan that morning, but when she called back, it went straight to voicemail. Then Siobhan's aunt called her with the news Siobhan was gone.
It was like my mind was just all over the place. I was trying to get a ride at that point. It was like, we got to go.
Where were you going?
I was on my way to Lancaster. We was finna have to do what we had to do to find my baby.
Police later found Siobhan's body inside an abandoned drug house in Dallas. She had been shot multiple times. Jurors also heard from...
She had been shot multiple times. They shot a 13-year-old multiple times about that work.
A jailhouse informant who was in custody with the defendant, Darius Fields, and described a conversation he took as Fields admitting to his involvement.
Well, he said that he got robbed for the marijuana, that they knew who he was and they knew how he got down, and they didn't want to listen, so he had to do the little...
Gene Molina is serving a 21-year sentence on drug charges. And
I'm glad that you said that. You say, I'm crying in the interview, bitch. She wasn't crying.
Previously had his sentence reduced for cooperating with federal authorities. But prosecutors say he hasn't been promised anything for Monday's testimony. Defense attorneys noted it wasn't exactly clear what Fields said he did.
Did he tell you he kidnapped him?
Nah, he didn't tell me that.
Did he tell you what he did to him?
No, I mean...
Molina also told jurors Fields seemed to be gloating about what he did and didn't appear to be worried.
My son was around the age of the little girl, so, you get to thinking, what if that was your kid,
That don't mean he did it, though.
And the prosecution has rested their case. The defense will get a chance to present their case starting tomorrow morning. We're told Fields is not expected to testify in his defense.
Yep.
Jurors heard emotion.
Say, nope, blame the shooter. Yeah, blame the person who shot. But this that conspiracy. That conspiracy law has been a problem, I think. When did conspiracy get out? I think in the late 80s or something like that, maybe in the early 90s. That conspiracy law got so many folks at the resort, in the penitentiary, 20, 30 years for conspiracy. No evidence. Conspiracy.
Testimony from the mother of a 13-year-old girl who was kidnapped and murdered. Prosecutors say Darius Fields ordered Siobhan Randall's kidnapping in retaliation for stolen drugs the young victim had nothing to do with.
Shout out to Albert for the $17 cash app. Say good midday show. I appreciate that right there.
Fields is on trial charged with organized criminal activity as it was related to the kidnapping and that led to an eventual murder. Fox 4's Lynn Wynn was in court today and brings us the latest from there. Lynn.
Say, well, I thought you do they live at noon. Oh, yeah, we started at noon. Here we go.
Steve, Siobhan's mother's testimony today was short but emotional, some family members having to leave the courtroom as she broke down in tears on the witness stand.
I don't know. I didn't know.
She ain't in tears. Damn it, maybe it's the camera, or maybe she's trying to cry. That's something that we see a lot out here with with mamas. It'd be hard for y'all to cry for your babies. I just don't understand why, or maybe I just can't see the tears. I don't know, but it don't look like crying.
What to do, y'all? I didn't. It was like, get there. We just got to get there.
Shaquana.
Get there. Like we got to get there. Siobhan lived with Auntie during the school year.
Pursley in tears as she recounted the moment she found out her daughter, 13-year-old Siobhan Randall, was missing. It was the summer of 2017. Pursley says her daughter was at her aunt's house in Lancaster, where she usually stayed during the school year. She says she had 3 missed calls from Siobhan that morning.
She had 3 missed calls from Siobhan that morning. I wonder what she was calling her for. Says she not crying. Where's the tears? I'm trying to tell you. I don't even understand it. We hear the emotions, like we always hear the emotions, but shout out to Lucy for the $4.99 super chat. Say tuning in is every day. Thank you for the correction and instructions. Second time a day. Thank you. I appreciate that right there. Say, okay, I guess me and YouTube tripping then. Yeah. We start at noon. Midday starts at noon. I appreciate that right there. I done forgot my damn thought that I just had for her, but hold on. We can squinch it back just a little bit. Hold on.
She usually stayed during the school year. She said,
yeah, she stayed with Auntie in the school year, and she called her multiple times that morning.
She had 3 missed calls from Siobhan that morning.
Yeah, 3 missed calls. Was that at the moment she was kidnapped? If that was at the moment she was kidnapped, I know that's killing her mama. I know that'll tear any parent down. My baby was calling me when it was possibly happening. Oh, Jesus. Shout out to Demaria for the $2 cash app. Say, good morning, Pastor. Say, keep up with the great work. I appreciate it. I'm trying to bring it to y'all. Here we go.
But when she called back, it went straight to voicemail. Then Siobhan's aunt called her with the news Siobhan was gone.
Then she called her with the news, say she gone. How many of y'all think that the auntie knows something about that reefer?
Like, my mind was just all over the place. I was trying to get a ride at that point. It was like, we gotta go.
Did you just hear what this mother said? Now, people will probably think that she was living with aunties just because maybe mama had moved to a different place and a 13-year-old, she didn't want to leave her friends or something like that right there. And I just want to say, we be broke. We be broke out here, y'all. Yeah. I think she knew who took her too. Yeah. We be broke. Did y'all hear what she just said? We had to find a way to get there. What does that mean, that you don't have transportation, baby? I don't. Listen.
With the news, Siobhan was gone.
It was like my mind was just all over the place. I was trying to get a ride at that point.
I'm trying to get a ride, baby. Wait a minute. A ride? Where's your vehicle, baby? I hope that it was in the shop or something like that. I just don't want to hear that you don't have a vehicle, baby. What is we doing in life and we be producing children? What is we doing? Why the fuck is we broke with children? Shout out to Monique for the $3 super chat. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. And say you need a car and text. I'm trying to listen, shit. This is sad. What? Or maybe her car was just broke at the time. Damn it, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's like we gotta go.
Say mama wasn't marketing her monkey right. I'm in agreement.
Oh.
Where were you going?
I was on my way to Lancaster. We was finna have to do what we had to do to find my baby.
We were finna do what we had to do to find her baby. She was at your sister's house. Well, obviously, it's some entrepreneurial shipping going on over there. Obviously. Whoever was staying with your auntie, whoever the fella was, because they kidnapped a fella and the 13-year-old. I'm pretty sure auntie knew what was going on. What? I just don't get it.
Police later found Siobhan's body inside an abandoned drug house in Dallas.
Trap house. Say, just get a weed back. I'm trying to tell you, what did you do with the reefers? Say, is this Texas or North Carolina? I don't remember.
She had been shot multiple times. Jurors also heard from a jailhouse informant who was in custody with the defendant, Darius Fields, and described a conversation he took as Fields admitting to his involvement.
It's in Dallas, Texas. All right, go ahead.
He said that He got robbed for the marijuana, that they knew who he was and they knew how he got down. And they didn't want to listen, so he had to do the little
Willie, say hush. Even to your cellmates, your cellie. Some about people that's on the plantation, I believe the majority of them is waiting for the right time to find the right information so they can get their time cut. Hell yeah, he snitching. Yeah, he snitching.
Well, he said that he got robbed for the marijuana, that they knew who he was and they knew how he got down. And they didn't want to listen, so he had to do the little
He had to do the little say, call a little girl a bitch, shaking my head, say no value for her life at all when it came down about that 250. Don't care nothing about now one is. About my 250. I promise you. Hell, I can almost understand that he possibly had something to do with it. About my 250. Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. Say teachers get beat up by Chucky. Yes, you did. That's damn shame.
G. Molina is serving a 21-year sentence on drug charges and previously had his sentence reduced for cooperating with federal authorities. But prosecutors say he hasn't been promised anything for Monday's testimony.
So you mean to tell me he snitched for free? He have a different plea. He have a plea for something else. Well, yeah. Something with them people. For something else. You ain't getting no credit for you testifying here, and you got to go back. You got to go back to the resort, and you ain't getting no credit for this right here. A bitch couldn't drop a month off or nothing. You just told on the player. So it seems to me, say the cartel coming for that word, it ain't over. That's a big loss. I'm trying to tell you. You mean to tell me you ain't take nothing? That mean that you really don't like a player. You mean to tell me that you using your conscience? You got morals now, huh? South Carolina's in here say, hey, Will, I appreciate you.
He didn't want to listen, so he had to do the little
G. Molina is serving a 21-year sentence on drug charges and previously had his sentence reduced for cooperating with federal authorities. But prosecutors say he hasn't been promised anything for Monday's testimony. Defense attorneys noted it wasn't exactly clear what Fields said he did.
Did he tell you he kidnapped him?
He didn't tell me that.
Did he tell you what he did to him?
No, I mean...
Molina also told jurors Fields...
Your problem is you didn't talk to a lawyer at the resort about your information. You didn't know that a lawyer would ask you, well, did he tell you that he did something? Did he tell you that he did anything? No, he ain't say it, but you know what I'm saying, kind of referred to it. He talked about it, you know. He snitched for a cheesesteak.
Fields seemed to be gloating about what he did and didn't appear to be worried.
And my son was around the age of the little girl.
Don't care about your son, boy. This is about the 13-year-old. Now you trying to gain some type of connection. Cause my son was the same age, shit like that. Yeah, I got 21, but I done cut a little time down, but I ain't finna cut no more time down for telling y'all this fly shit right here. If you care about your 21-year-old son, you would have took another plea to get some more time off. You testifying right here. You slow.
So, you know, you get to thinking, what if that was your kid, you know?
And the prosecution has rested their case. The defense will get...
They rested their case. We got to go on to the last one. We got one more video so we can go ahead on and close out. Listen, this is... Hey, man. I am not even... I would say that I would be less upset that the boys or whoever killed the young girl. I am less upset if I was to be upset, I would be less upset that they took her life. I would be more upset that the family did not get a pay. Whoever took that work did not get them their work back. What is we doing? Say $250,000, everybody get them. Trying to hard out here in these streets. And listen, that was back in 2017. It's kind of easier now, but that was 2017. All right, here we go.
We have some breaking news in the case of a kidnapped and murdered 13-year-old girl. Darius Fields has been found guilty of engaging in organized criminal activity. Prosecutors say he orchestrated the kidnapping of 13-year-old Siobhan Randall in 2017. Her body and the body of Michael Titus were found later in an abandoned drug house in South Dallas. Prosecutors say it was part of a revenge plot over stolen marijuana that Siobhan had nothing to do with.
Where are the fingerprints? Where's the DNA? Where is any credible evidence that proves beyond a reasonable doubt that this man did anything?
All signs lead to Darius Jamal Fields, because the biggest piece of this puzzle is the motive. Who stands to profit? Who stands?
I think right there, she failed in her words. Who stands to profit? Baby, what profit? They ain't getting the work back.
To be motivated. Who stands to maintain his image of being savage out in the street?
He was savage out in the street. Where is this baby from? Is she from Dallas? Baby, have you been paying attention online the way they call themselves savages?
Who stands to maintain his image of being savage out in the street?
I need streets, baby. I like what you say.
Darius Jamal Fields.
The punishment phase will begin tomorrow morning. Fields is currently serving an 18-year sentence on a federal weapons violation related to the case. 3 other men were implicated in the case, but no one has been charged directly with Siobhan Randall's murder.
3 other men was implicated. No one was charged with a murder, so they have no idea who shot her. The racketeering, influenced, and corrupt Organization Act. The racketeering, the act is a United States federal law that provides for extended criminal penalties and a civil cause of action for acts performed as part of an ongoing criminal organization. Basically, you and your homeboys. That's simple shit. You and your homeboys. That's what they talking about. If y'all got any information of what's going on between you and your homeboys, that falls under RICO. And the RICO was published October 15, 1970. I said the 80s and the 90s. Damn, I didn't know it came out then. All right, but cool. Oh, wait. All right. How does the RICO law work? Okay, the RICO law of 1970 seeks to strengthen the legal tools in evidence gathering by establishing new penal prohibition and providing, damn it, I can't read. And providing enhanced sanctions and new remedies for dealing with the unlawful activities of those engaged in organized crime. Organized crime again, you and your homeboys. It's simple.
We have some breaking news in the case of a kidnapped and murdered 13-year-old girl. Darius Fields has been found guilty of engaging in organized criminal activity. Prosecutors say he orchestrated the kidnapping of 13-year-old Siobhan Randall in 2017. Her body and the body of Michael Titus were found later in an abandoned drug house in South Dallas. Prosecutors say it was part of a revenge plot over stolen marijuana that Siobhan had nothing to do with.
Shout out to Will Bates for becoming a member. I appreciate that right there.
Where are the fingerprints? Where's the DNA? Where is any credible evidence that proves beyond a reasonable doubt that this man did anything?
That's a good point, though. I think they possibly found him guilty because it is or was a 13-year-old child. I think that's why they did it. Not because they had evidence or anything, but then again, this is conspiracy. Say almost 400 likes. Damn, we couldn't get over 400. We need over 450 right now. Y'all work with the player. I just looked at, but which state has RICO laws? And Texas is not one of them. But it's crazy because this is a conspiracy case. Or maybe they have widened it since the last time or something like that. Because the states that have it is Pennsylvania, Hawaii, Arizona, Florida, Rhode Island, Georgia, and Indiana have enacted the RICO statute, while such laws is pending in New Jersey, California, and Massachusetts. All right. Hey, say Alabama's in the building, 334 up in here. I appreciate you.
Lead to Darius Jamal Fields, because the biggest piece of this puzzle is the motive. Who stands to profit?
Wrong choice of words, baby. Shout out to Travis for the $2 cash out. Say what's up to my pimp player passer. I appreciate that right there, man. Thank you. Listen, wrong choice of words, baby.
Who stands to be motivated? Who stands to maintain his image of being savage out in the street?
Savage out in the street. I like what you said that right there. Shout out to Carlanda for the $3 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Listen, y'all, we finna go ahead on and get on up out of here. I had to bring y'all this midday news. I hope that y'all enjoyed the show. Take some of this education with you. Take what you learned today and use it in your life. Don't get caught out here in these streets, and if you is any type of teacher or something like that, don't get jumped on. Be careful. Watch 23-6 in your 9. These children will jump on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be careful. You cannot put nothing past nobody. That's something that we should all learn. Oh, yep, you're right. RICO is federal. Oh, so this didn't make it to the feds? Oh, wait. Well, they might have not made it to. This ain't no federal case. Oh, all right, cool. That's what's up. I appreciate. See, education is key. Education is key, and I need to be learning, because I'm educated, so I will keep learning. That's what's up. Say, teacher, stop sleeping with the kids. Listen, no matter how much we beg, they like the young folk. You know what I'm saying? Say, thank you, Willie. Say, I'll be waiting to the night show. I appreciate that right there. Say, Willie, you've been killing it. Keep winning. Chats, I think. Listen, I appreciate y'all. We finna go ahead and get on up out of here. I appreciate y'all for rocking with the player. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, please go around to the Patreon. We got a join button. Thank you for joining, becoming a member. Thank you for Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, thumbs up, watching it, and telling somebody about the player. Y'all, we'll be back at 8 o'clock tonight for the night show. Y'all have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace out.